afternoon. This is Chris with billetbox.info up there. And got a new RBA to take a look at. It's the Natsu. It's NTSU, which from what I hear means hot in Japanese. Natsu, N-A-T-S-U. So it's a new RBA from Ghost Bus Club over in Italy. And we're going to take a first look at it. I got it in last night. They sent over some coils. I'm not sure what the specs are on these coils, so we're probably going to use what I know. Whenever I try an RBA for the first time, I always try to use things I'm familiar with, juices I'm familiar with, so I can compare them to, previous things. And they also sent over some cotton. We'll take a look at that, but again, I'm going to use cotton I'm already familiar with, and I'll check this out later. So without further ado, the Natsu NTSU is 89 euros. Like I said, Ghost Bus Club in Italy. And yeah, let's take a look at it. It comes with, I think, 5, 6, 7 airflow pins, 1.0, I believe, up to 4.0, and I'm not sure what's going to be installed, but we'll probably go with 4.0 because I'll use it in the billet and we'll have limited airflow. So the bigger the pin, the better in a device like this. But then in a device like, with open boro where the air's coming from all directions, and you can go with a little lower pin for reduced direct lung, in my opinion. So let's see what we got. We'll take it down, and we got the real nice tin here, some info on the back, customer service, blah blah blah. And real quick, we'll take a look at the cotton real quick. This is my knife at. Well, I don't really need a knife. Just do this number here. Let me get real nice packaging on this cotton as well. Oh, it's got a hinge on that side. Flip over like this, looks like. Oops. Oh, that's the security seal here. Alright. Okay, so it's just bundled up cotton. It's called dumpling cotton. Just like a puff. We'll try that out another time, but for right now, we're going to use this stuff I've been using lately, Cotton 2. So thank you for sending that along. I'll give it a whirl later. Anyway, like I said, there's some coils that came with it, but I don't have any specs on it, so I don't know if it's gonna line up with what I do. It screws off. This out here, that aside, there's the RBA itself. That's really nice looking. I have seen plenty of pictures of it. This thing's been out for a little bit. Yeah, machining looks really nice on that. But we got a little thing here to expose threads, airflow pin. What do we have in there? 3.0 currently is in there, so we'll change that out. What else do we have in here? Something underneath you, and we have airflow pins. O-ring, that's probably for because I think this chimney is it's not a screw in. I wish it was a screw in type, but every modder has their reasons for what they do, and but that's pretty tight. It doesn't feel like it's going to come loose. Sometimes when you have a press fit a chimney, when you pull your drip tip out, sometimes it'll catch inside and pull it apart, and well, then you have problems. So let's go ahead and get this 3.0 or 4.0 airflow pin. Something, this would help a lot. If I put my glasses on, I could see what the heck I'm doing. All right, wish I could take all these out. So the size, there's a 1.2. It's written on the bottom, which is really nice. I like that. There's the 1.0. There's a 3.5. Like I said, I'm going to use the 4.0, 1.5. This is going to be the 4. There's the 4. So we can stop the search. Put these back in the bag so we don't lose them. Sure, that's what I got. 4.0. Yep. Excuse me. So yeah, this from what I've heard, has performed pretty well for most people at various types of vaping, which some people like to do the mouth to lung, some people like to do the big time direct lung, and I'm a little bit towards the direct lung, but more. Okay, so you saw that I just put my tweezers through here and kind of broke it loose, and feels like I'm going to be able to just they thread right out. So we took that 3 out. We're gonna, there's a peak insulator right there. Pop that in there. Finger tight it, and then give it one little push there, and there we have it. So now we have the 4.0 in there. Nice wide airflow. So, and while we have this, there's your deck there. Looks pretty simple. I'm gonna bring the leads across, and like got a nice little cut out here for your cotton to sit down in, but the hole is massive on this, so it looks like we're gonna just wick it straight through, similar to how the hammer works. I'm gonna take it right there to the edge and cut it to go one way or the other. Why am I having hard? There we go. All right, so let's put this together. Oops, let me put this in here. Put everything away so I don't lose it. Put that in there, put that there, and there we go. It's a really nice little tin. I like it. NTSU RBA. All right, what are we gonna do here? Like I said, we're gonna pull this. I like the knurling on it. Makes it a lot easier to unscrew. Always make sure you don't lose this, because if you put this, what I like to do is I take, when I rebuild an RBA that has something like this, I'll take that off and I'll sit it on top of my glass of my Boro to ensure that I'm, before I put the glass on, I forgot to put that on, because if you don't put that on and then you wick it up and throw your juice in there, you're going to have a mess. So pop this on here. I don't have a working builder anymore, so I just use this old mod here. So anyway, here we are, and we got it's like Phillips screws. Yep, back those out a little bit, and on one side it just lays under, and on this side it's actually got a it's the same thing on both sides. Okay, now so let's grab a coil out of here. Oops, about time to reorder. Down to one more. Oh, and there's a set screw. If you watched the video and I accidentally backed it out and it fell out. That's the screw for the Skynet, if y'all recall. Those of y'all that watch my videos, that the screw was missing, and it was on my desk here. All right, I'm not gonna have to. I was worried that I wasn't going to be using this coil, because Twisted Timmy's likes to cut these leads short. It almost works perfect on what do they call it? Wicked products that you don't even hardly ever even have to trim your leads, because they're cut perfectly for wicked devices. And I don't know if that's by design. I've never asked them. So I kind of cheated there, and I pulled that screw way up so I could just slide it under there without having to finagle it through. So I'm gonna line that up. Oops, back this one a little bit. And as far as from one of the pictures I saw, this doming in here is nice, and it's very deep. You could bring your coil up really high if you want. I'm just going to go straight across like this to start out, but you can really mess with the height if you want, because of the way that dome is, that the cap is so tall. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that come loose from over here. Yeah, I'm good to go. Good and tight. This good and tight. Like I said, I mean, if you've ever watched any of my videos, I'm sure some people are going to be new to watching one of my videos. That's how I'm going to do it right there. Not sure. I could probably lower it, but, you know, I could also raise it. And can't even see the coil. It's so high in there, but it's not gonna touch the top at all. So I'm gonna just go with this. It'll nail it, right? But yeah, those of y'all that have never watched my videos, what I'd like to do is take whatever's new that I get, and without doing this, so this technically isn't a review. This is just a first look, and that's what I call it, is a first look. I just take it out of the box, put it together. No prior knowledge of it other than what the modders told me or what I've seen if it's been out for a little while. And go with it and see if I have any problems. And it doesn't look like I'm going to have any problems with this. This is pretty simple and straightforward. So let's get this thing ready. Just fine right off the top. Pretty cool. These are, like I said, these are Twisted Timmy top lights, and this should come out to about a 0.45 to 0.50, and that's perfect for me. That's where I like to vape. Let's crank it up a little bit. All right, I'm happy with this. Yeah, I would use these coils that he sent along, that Ghost Bus Club sent along with it, but I'm just I like to try for the first time any RBA with cotton and coils that I'm familiar with. I'm not sure. I could probably lower that. Maybe I should, but I'm kind of happy with that. I like the fact that you have all this room up here, and I wish I could see through this cap and you could see just how much room we have up there. That coil's sitting probably right about where my fingernail tip is, so you got all that room up there. So anyway, and I just pulled that off with the O-ring on there. O-ring holds it really good. So anyway, let's throw some cotton in here and give this a whirl. Not going to need a lot of cotton. Like I said, this is kind of similar to how the hammer works. I mean, the hammer, you barely have to put any cotton in it. And the hammer's so nice. There's been a couple RBAs since that have kind of taken the same very small cotton approach style. That out a little bit. And I say this every time, and I'll say it again. I really hate building on camera, but I'm getting better at it. All right, so we throw our cap on here. What I'll do is pull that up. I'm going to go right up to the edge here. And what I'm going to do after I wick it up, and I may have gone a little too light over here, but right up to the edge, and what I'll do is I'll wick it up and I'll put any of the excess, kind of push it up in there a little bit. Just this way. There we go. All right, we're going to go with something I've used before. It's not one of the best juices in this world, but it tastes good. It's a what is this? It doesn't say what it is on here. What? Does it not say what the flavor profile is? Oh, there we go. Icy mango. I like mango. Oh, goodness gracious. I just dumped juice all over the place because this bottle came apart on me. Let me find another one that's already open. Let's see here. fix that bottle in a minute. Yeah, if it can happen on camera. Yeah, if you can see my shirt, I am soaked. Put about probably 5 ml of juice in my lap here. But anyway, all right, let's see here. I'm flustered now. Something happened. I already did this, didn't I? Yeah. All right. And if you have never watched a video of mine before, I ramble. Getting a message on Facebook right now. Somebody is typing to me. I can see it. I can see it happening as we speak. There we go. I'm about to go pick some fish up today. All right. That is wicked good. And that is way lower than I'll actually vape it into the device, and it's crackling nice. All right, so I'm gonna put this back on. And you see it's going to push down into these channels here. This side I went a little bit. You don't have to do that. I'm going to just put this back on here. Of course, I mean, I've only seen pictures of other people doing it, so I don't even think I really need to even push this in here at all. And I hope that I didn't go too short and that I'm going to end up having some leaking. I don't think I will. This cotton's pretty thick, but I'm going to go with this. I'm sure that anybody that has one of these that watches this video will probably, hopefully, tell me in the comments. I'm welcome for feedback if I went too short or if I just went just right. But I feel like I went just right. I'm not trying to be what's the word called, overconfident about it, but I feel good about that. I think that's going to work. So you can also, if you feel free, anybody that's watching, probably 20 minutes, as this person says, for me to go get this fish. We got the 4mm pin in there, like I showed you. But yeah, if anybody wants to comment on the coil height, that'd be great. I don't think it's really going to matter. I mean, I may be able to change the flavor profile a little bit either way by going higher or lower, but I hope I don't have a problem with this brand new Boro here. Sometimes these billet box brand new Boros, the glass is really tight, so I'm trying to get my fingers unjuicy. Yep, this one's tight, probably over tight, but should have turned my notifications off. Oh yeah, this one's really tight. And this will give us there we go, a good opportunity to for anybody that's new to the Boro game. Where'd that piece of paper go? There it is. Okay, good. I didn't want it to be in the juice. At this point, this is where you'll take your juice and lube everything up really good, so it'll slide much easier on and off moving forward. A little bit on the top and bottom O-rings. We have it. So now the should slide right on just easier this time. There we are. Nice and juicy. All right, so I'm gonna take this off. And it's the same thing on both sides. Let's see. I'm gonna guess this side will be my favorite side to put in. Slap it in there. Chimney in here. Lid right in. And slides right in. Good little resistance. There's a little bit of resistance going down, which is, in my opinion, a good thing. If it slides in too easily, then you're gonna have problems. You could have problems with leaking out of the bottom. But this would be a good time to mention that they're saying that you're not going to get any condensation because the short chimney and the large hole, blah blah blah. Got a pretty large. I don't have micrometer to check that, but anyway, I'm not doing a review. I'll leave the real reviews for people like Mark Todd and And oh goodness, what's his name? Over in California, what's his name? Help me out. I forgot. Grim Green. I'll leave the reviews to those kind of guys, and I'll just do my little first looks like this. So, looks good in there. It looks deceptively smaller. I mean, it looks like it would be. I don't know how much that's displacing as far as juice is concerned in there, but so I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's see here. Let's give it a whirl. All right. Oops. Do this number here. Got the strip tip sometimes doesn't okay, 4.47. That's what we're getting here. These PRC drip tips work really good sometimes, but sometimes they get on my nerves. But they look good, so you deal with certain little things. There we go. Good to go. All right, so like I said, 0.47, like you can see. And let's take it up and give it a, so you can see my face when I take the first bait. Nice. Mango. That is good. And I see some bubbles. Big fat bubble just came up. The machining on that thing was really nice. And for 89 euros, that's a really good price for this. Alright, so the airflow is really good. I like that. And it's wicking good. Let's do the test for my personal style. Like I said, I like to use the biggest pin or second to the biggest pin available on a RBA, because once I put this panel on, it changes everything. So if I really wanted to, my friend Dmitry, the Russian, made these panels for me for because on the what is it? Where'd it go? I don't know where I have it, but the Skynet, the airflow on the Skynet is great with the panel off, but as soon as I put the panel on, it's too tight for me, so he made these panels. I don't need these panels on this one. This is just fine without the panels. Oh, there it is right there. I just took this panel off of the box that had the Skynet in it. So, but yeah, I kind of have to have those panels on the Skynet to be able to do it. My hands are so juicy because of that spill. So anyway, let's do this little thing here that I like to do sometimes. Take a couple, maybe 10 good pulls. In succession to make sure that I'm not going to get any dry hits. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7, now 8. 9 coming. And 10. No dry hits. Very good flavor. Moving the coil up or down may change the profile. I taste the menthol in this ice mango is really strong. What I found with this particular juice, though, with the build that I do, is after 2 or 3 boros, I'll taste the mango will be less or more prevalent than the menthols, but early on, menthol's really good. But yeah, let's talk about it real quick. Not a review again, but I will say this: I'm impressed. It's wicking really good. As you can see, it was really easy to build. Fill that up all the way. Is it eating juice that fast? There's no leakage here going on, but it looks like I've earned some juice already. Unless I didn't fill it. I don't know how much I filled it up. I didn't pay attention to that. But anyway, like I said, it's 89 euros. Ghostbusters Club puts it out. Has made it. It's a stainless steel 316L. All the insulators are Peak, and the O-rings are black MBR. It's called the NTSU, and again, it comes with a 1.0, 1.2, 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, 3.0, 3.5, and 4.0 pins, all included, which is a very big bonus. If you want to go on the website, have a listing about it that has all the details on it, and yeah, and I'm so far impressed. This first look was successful. Sometimes after a first look, I'll turn the camera off and then I'll break it down and say, well, maybe I did the cotton a little bit too much or too little. I don't feel like I need to do anything. I think I need to just vape this. But in the package, you're going to get the RBA, extra rings for O-rings, a couple extra Phillips screws, and the 7 air pins that are not installed. Like you saw, the 3.0 was what was pre-installed. And so you get a total of 8 air pins for 89 euros. That's not a bad, that's a really good deal. Very impressed, guys. That was really nice. I want to thank Alessandro for sending it over, and Michael Miller for relaying it to me, and I appreciate it. Man, this vape mat is dirty. But speaking of vape mat, this will be a good opportunity for me to I'll put a picture on the screen here. You can see I've got some vape mats and some battery wraps coming soon. These have been gone for a long time, so it's time to make some new ones. I have 4 new designs that I'm working on, and if you're in my group on Facebook, BuiltBox Info, I also put the details on the website if you want to check it out. But I got a pre-sale going on the mat, which you'll see on the screen here after I shoot the video and post-production. And I'd appreciate it if anybody wanting a vape mat would like to take a look. It's going to be like 2 foot by 1 foot. I think it's, I forgot the exact, 60 by 30 centimeters. So if you're a metric guy, you know exactly how big that is. But I think that comes out to roughly 2 foot by. It's bigger than this mat. That's all I can tell you. So, but not to take away from the NTSU. Very impressed. I didn't expect not to be impressed because I've heard nothing but positive about it. I have not had in the group, their group on Facebook, I have not seen a single complaint. And I have heard, because some of y'all will ask, how is it with mouth to lung? My answer is I have no clue. But I've heard from others that mouth to lung is sustainable and very good, with the NTSU Natsu. So anyway, enough rambling. My name's Chris, BilletBox.info. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.